first wanted to start off before we even jump into this video, you guys, and apologize for the time of this video. I initially planned on putting this video out as soon as possible. My goal was to do it in the beginning of last week, but then I had the footage, you guys, and for some reason or another it wasn't recording when I thought it was recording, so I didn't have the whole footage, so I had to wind up doing it again. But then it took me some time to actually get to do it again because, you know, life kind of took over a little bit. So I wanted to actually put it out in a timely fashion for you guys because I was excited to share, and I'm quite sure you guys was excited to learn who actually was the winner as far as the top plant in my collection. So nonetheless, you guys, if you've been hanging in there with me and wondering, okay, what the heck is going on? I know she said she was going to do this. You know, thank you so much for still hanging in there with me. So let's get to the good stuff. So back to the regular scheduled program. Let's go. Hello, plant community. Thanks for tuning into this channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Pam. And of course, for all of you that keep returning and watching me go along this planting journey, thank you so much for coming back. And welcome everyone to the finalized winner of our 2023 Viewer Choice Awards, where I gave you guys the opportunity to pick that #1 plant that y'all felt was the top reigning dog in my entire collection. So before I actually announce the winner, you guys, let's do a recap of all the beautiful runner-ups, and let's just start in no particular order. Well, actually I will do it in the right order. We've started it off, you guys, with the climbing plants, and these was the plants that I had going up, and that was the biggest vote, I think, out of all 4 categories that I had for you guys, so I do know that the challenge was there. The runner-up, you guys, for the climbing plants happened to be the Tetrasperma, Rhaphidophora Tetrasperma, that I actually have right here. And then the actual winner of that round was, and let me show you guys again, the beautiful Cardi Road, for obvious reasons. As you can see, I have it climbing up so very well on this moss pole. It's a very stunning plant. It's not talked about that often, but it's very beautiful with the beautiful dark leaves. And of course, you cannot beat those burgundy backs. It's an outstanding plant. It's growing very vigorously, and it's growing so nicely up on here, so I can understand why this was reigning top dog in that category. Now, my second category, you guys, was actually the trailing plants, the ones that's actually climbed down so beautifully, and we actually had a runner-up for that category as well, and that was my beautiful Scindapsus exotica, and I can understand why that was part of the runner-up, if not the winner, so to speak, because of that. Who can resist a Scindapsus? Is beautiful all the way around for the leaf shape, the beautiful dark hue of the green with the matte splashes of silver. Very elegant plant, very statement piece plant. But the winner in that category, you guys, of course for obvious reasons as well, and we'll go into details about that, that would be this beautiful Monstera Peru. Now, who can deny this plant does check the boxes? It does have that beautiful green color. I love the foliage. The leaf size is amazing, but that texture, you guys, on the leaves is just so beautiful. The texture, you guys, actually reminds me of certain kinds of anthuriums, if you think about it, that reptile skin feel, and it's just so beautiful, and it is trailing nicely, and eventually I'm thinking about actually putting it on a moss pole to encourage large growth. Even though it is producing small leaves, once again, it's still a beautiful plant, and it's a great statement piece in our home. Okay, and so the third category was the underdog plant. The plants that people are not talking about, but I felt like, hey, we want to shine the spotlight on these plants too, because even though a lot of people may not be talking about this plant, it's not heavily generated throughout social media. It does deserve a spotlight. It still provides joy to me, and is equally important as those, I guess, what uncommon plants, so to speak. So the runner-up in that category, which was really surprising to me, was the Philodendron Birkins. And of course, I still think that that plant is beautiful. It's very beautiful with the dark green leaves, and then the subtletiness of that cream lines that kind of like goes into the leaves is very beautiful in my personal opinion. I'm surprised that it did not stay in the ranks as far as that sought after plant a little bit longer. This was a plant that just came on the scene, and as quick as it came on the scene, it left, and a lot of people kind of like dropped off and fell out of love with it. So it's kind of good and brings my heart joy to know that you guys feel the same way as I do, as far as, hey, you know what, this plant does deserve to be recognized. So yeah, I was really excited about that and surprised as well. But of course, the winner of this round, by a landslide, you guys, I received a tremendous amount of votes for this plant. And again, this is for obvious reasons, and that would be the Mandarin spider plant, or the fire flash. And you know, looking at this plant, you guys, who can deny that this did deserve the top rank? I love the elongated leaves on this plant. I love the particular shade of green on here, and the cherry on top, of course, is this beautiful sherbet-like orange color of the petioles. It's so beautiful, and it does look like the plant could possibly be on fire from a distance, hence the nickname of Fire Flash. But this plant checks up all the boxes. It's very easy care. It's been easy care for me. Just let it dry out at least 75% of the soil, give it adequate lighting, and it will push out new growth, and it has been pushing out new growth. Also, just be mindful of your watering a little bit. It does get a little bit of crispy leaves, but once again, this is inside my house, you guys, where my humidity levels in my home is probably between 49 to 51%. The only humidifier that I have is actually in here in the sunroom with me, and this plant baby has been thriving. So I definitely understand why this was leading champ in that particular category. So the fourth and final category, you guys, were my variegated plants. And as we went through each category, if you notice, you guys, the ones that's been watching, everybody that's been watching this entire series, you notice that the selection got smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's because I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more challenging. And some of you guys did comment and say that, you know, it was a very hard choice. And I feel honored that you guys thought that it was a hard choice, because at least I think, even if the plants didn't speak to you, we can all agree that the plants are beautiful nonetheless. And I feel a little, as a plant parent, a little proud that I had a hand in keeping the healthiness of the plants. But anyway, let's go to the last category. And I keep looking down, you guys, because I'm keeping note and track of my runner-ups and things like that. So of course, as we mentioned, the last category was the variegated plant. And we actually had like a tie type of situation with the runner-up. One being the Monstera stanleyana. Now, of course, this plant is stunning. I love that dark green leaf texture and the elongated shape of the leaf. I love the fact that it has speckling of like creamy and some parts of what could look like to be a little bit of yellowish like color, and then it has some solid creamy colors within the plant. Very beautiful, very stunning, and it was just climbing up so nicely up on that moss pole. I'm super excited about that plant, so I can understand why that was one of the runner-ups. Now the second runner-up was actually also the variegated burl marks. This is a plant that checks all boxes, I personally believe, in regards to being a plant parent. One, is very easy care. Two, you don't really have any problems with the burl marks. Three, if you give it adequate lighting, it will maintain the variegation in this plant. At least my experience thus far. It could change, you know, as plants always do, but I really love the subtleness of how some of the leaves are just the traditional all green leaves, as with the regular burl marks, and then some of them have the half moons of the neon green with some speckling of dark green color. It's very contrasting and like I said, is a very beautiful plant, and it checks the boxes tremendously for me because it gives you that beautiful variegation with also not breaking the bank, not breaking your wallet. The price for this plant, what I've seen, come down tremendously because when it first came out, it was higher than what I was willing to pay for it, and I think I got a good deal. I think I paid between maybe 35 or 40 bucks for that plant, and you can't really beat that from where the plant initially started. And I can't wait to see how big this plant can grow, and hopefully it will grow to be as full and luxurious as my original burrow mark. So I definitely understand why you guys picked that. But the number one plant that you guys chose in this category, and of course I can definitely understand the reason, would be the Snow Queen Pothos. You guys, we have to give it up for this plant. This plant is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very easy care. And for the variegated lovers out there, this is another example of a plant that provides you with all that beautiful variegation, and you don't have to worry about spending hundreds of dollars on this plant. And it still provides you with the same beautiful aesthetics that we all sought after for our more uncommon variegated plants. So I do understand why you guys would have voted for this as number one ranking. It does give you that bridal bouquet. I'm glad some of you guys actually agreed with me when I made that statement, but that's honestly what I think of when I look at this plant. Happy Times, Beautiful Times is a very gorgeous plant. So now we go down to the actual time that we've all been waiting for, you guys, and that is the number one plant amongst all four. So let's recap real quick. First plant of looking at was the Cardi Road. Then we had the second plant of the Monstera Peru, followed up with the third plant of the beautiful Mandarin Orange Spider plant, and then not last but definitely not least would be the Snow Queen Pothos. So the number one plant that you guys chose, that you felt that was the number one in all my entire collection, I'm so excited to announce, is the Monstera Peru. Give it up, everybody, for the Monstera Peru.
OMG, they like me. They really, really like me. I want to thank God for creating me and sharing me with the world. I want to thank my mom. Hi, Mom. And lastly, I want to thank all of you beautiful plant people. I promise not to disappoint. So thank you again. Oh, boy.
Now, of course, who can deny this plant? I really was kind of surprised that this plant was picked, only because, I have to say, because of the comments that I received between the Fire Flash selection and the Cardi Road. I honestly thought that you guys was going to pick between one of those. So it was just so proud that I really am really proud of this because, you know, it doesn't have any variegation at all. This is all about the foliage. It doesn't have anything, I don't think it has anything to do about those quote-unquote being an uncommon plant. This plant was the number one pick from you guys because I think solely off of the foliage alone, and I love that because of just the natural green. I'm just a sucker for just regular green plants. Can't you guys? And I think from y'all voting on this, y'all can agree with me that, hey, this, you know, we are really loving just plants in general. It doesn't have anything to do with how much a plant costs. It doesn't have anything to do with what's the mass amount of people are saying is popular, so to speak. We just love that foliage, and that's what it's all about, right, you guys? And this plant is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness, it's stunning. And I am so glad that you picked this plant and excited, and I'm thankful for each and every last one of you that have been watching this series, that has been communicating with me. Like I said, I can't say it enough. I really do enjoy having conversations with you guys. I love when y'all let me know about y'all plant purchases, and when y'all find plants that maybe I have in my collection that y'all been wanting on your wish list, and you finally acquired them to add to your home. So it brings me joy to know that you guys actually can enjoy or share in the excitement that I have about my plants as much as I do. And I just like I said, I wouldn't have been able to finish this series out had y'all not voted, had y'all not communicated. So this is all about not just these plants, but this entire plant community. Y'all are a beautiful group of people, and I'm so appreciative. But yeah, you guys, this pretty much wraps up this series and this segment for the 2023 Viewer Choice Awards. You guys comment below and let me know if y'all like this kind of thing. You know, you never know. Hey, maybe we can do it again for 2024 if we're all still here by the grace of the Lord, and I hope that's the case. But that's pretty much it. Let me just stop. I'm rambling on now. Now keep in mind, you guys, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planting things, you know what to do. Please subscribe to this channel. If you have not, hit your notifications as well so that you'll know when I do upload videos. And push those thumbs up. So let's not forget about the thumbs up. Tremendous big help. It supports my channel tremendously. It's getting my channel out there, and I'm really trying. I'm working very hard, you guys, to bring up or increase my subscribers. I'm super excited. I'm so glad I did this channel with you. And you guys enjoy your day wherever you are in the world. And until next time, guys, much love. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I love you guys. Bye.